I'm going to talk about the coronavirus business support mechanisms from HM Revenue Customs. So that's the VAT deferral and the tax self-assessment deferral. So if I can have the first slide, please. So VAT deferral. Government understands that many businesses are facing increased cash flow issues as a result of COVID-19 related pressures. As part of the package of support for businesses, UK VAT registered businesses can choose to defer VAT payments due between 20th of March and 30th of June 2020. Businesses will be able to defer quarterly and monthly VAT returns payments for the periods ending in February, March and April, payments on account due between 20th of March 2020 and 30th of June 2020, and annual accounting advance payments due between 20th of March 2020 and 30th of June 2020. You do not need to tell HMRC that you're deferring your VAT payments for this period, and HMRC will not charge interest or penalties on any amount deferred. You'll have until the 31st of March 2021 to pay any VAT deferred. If you normally pay your VAT payments by direct debit, you should cancel this as soon as possible to avoid HMRC automatically collecting any VAT that's due. VAT payments due after the end of the deferral period will then need to be paid as usual. And for further information on that, you can see the gov.uk website. HMRC will continue to process VAT reclaims and refunds as normal. If I can have the next slide, please. So next I'm going to talk about the deferral of tax bills. Payments on account are advance payments towards your tax bill based on your previous year's tax bill. There are normally two payments due, one on 31st of January and 31st of July each year. Because of coronavirus, you can choose to delay making the second payment on account on 31st of July. So those who choose to delay will then have until the 31st of January 2021 to make that payment to HMRC. Anyone who is due to make a self-assessment payment on account on 31st of July is eligible to defer the payment until the 31st of January 2021. As with the VAT deferral I previously spoke about, if you do choose to defer your self-assessment payment on account for July 31st, you do not have to inform HMRC. If your payment on account is not received, HMRC will automatically treat it as a deferred payment and you'll not be penalised for not paying on the usual date. Again, as with the VAT deferral, if you intend to defer your self-assessment payment, do remember to cancel any direct debit to HMRC to avoid HMRC automatically collecting the money due. Aside from deferring your self-assessment and payments on account, if you are struggling to pay your tax bill on time or experiencing financial difficulties, you can also contact HMRC's Time to Pay service. If HMRC think you genuinely cannot pay your bill in full now, but will be able to pay in the future, they may offer you extra time to pay your tax bill. The first question that we've got is around the VAT payment. So can I still make a VAT payment at my usual time? Yes, VAT deferral is optional. You can choose to make your payment at the usual time. And also the tax self-assessment deferral is also optional. So you can choose to pay at your usual time if you would like to. Our second question is, can I defer payment of customs duties as part of the VAT deferral? Now, you must continue to pay customs duties in line with the existing rules. If you are struggling to pay your tax bill on time, HMRC Time to Pay is available to all businesses and individuals who are in temporary financial distress as a result of coronavirus. Time to pay arrangements are agreed on a case-by-case basis and are tailored to individual circumstances and liabilities. HMRC have set up a dedicated helpline to enable those eligible to get practical help and advice. And the helpline can be reached by calling 0800 024 1222. Deborah has asked, we owe corporation tax and our income's been affected. How can I set up a payment plan? So again, if you're concerned about the payment of corporation tax or any other HMRC liabilities, you should contact the HMRC coronavirus helpline. And again, that number 0800 024 1222. And the last question that we've got on is on income tax self-assessment. So if I delay paying my self-assessment tax bill, how long will I have to pay it? The deferral for income tax self-assessment applies to the second payment on account, which is due on the 31st of July 2020. If you choose to delay, you'll have until the 31st of January 2021 to pay it.